Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video it's not really much of a tutorial, kind of. I'm just trying a bunch of new makeup products that I've received or purchased over the last few days. Some of them I loved, some of them I didn't love so much. And I guess the only way for you to find out is if you keep watching this video. So I'm starting out already with my foundation done, just my foundation, and that is because I'm going to be trying out some new products today. ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm super excited to try this. Also have a ColourPop brow color thingy to try, and a whole package from this little indie brand called Living Dead Beauty. I have this eyeshadow palette as well as 4 liquid lipsticks. I probably should have done something with my hair before I started this video. Oh well. So I'm going to start out by trying the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is of course in the lightest shade, which is Fair 5. This concealer has been raved about, and it's supposed to be a dupe for Shape Tape, which I'm almost completely out of. That's why I purchased this, because it's cheaper. But I will say the bottle of Shape Tape that I've had it for almost a year. Automatically, this is what they look like in the tubes. This is where there's no writing. I can already tell that the ColourPop is going to be darker, I feel like. Which, one of the reasons I love Shape Tape so much is because of how light it is. So, I hope this doesn't oxidize like extremely and I turn like orange. But I guess we'll see. So, now I'm just going to apply this like normal. It is super creamy, I'm gonna say, and I think it is darker than Shape Tape, and I can already see it oxidizing around the edges. Wow, look at that. You can already see it oxidizing around the edge. But before, I don't know how fast this dries or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out with my Real Technique sponge. That blended out super easy. I also really like the applicator on this. Since it's flat, it kind of like spreads the product easier. I mean, I love the Shape Tape applicator too, but that's just something I noticed. And the coverage literally looks exactly the same as Shape Tape. I'm also going to take a little bit on my nose and my chin, and I have a little breakout right here. I don't want to like contaminate the product, so I'm just taking it on my finger and dabbing. The only thing I will say is it oxidizes super fast. It's crazy. It actually is blowing my mind how fast it oxidizes. You see this on my nose? Let me get a little bit closer. You see this on my nose? Let me put a stripe of the original, like with it wet. Do you see that difference? That's kind of insane. So I have all my concealer on and blended out, and I'm so impressed with this. This is definitely a dupe for Shape Tape. I'm just gonna set all that with my Airspun loose powder. Like, literally no matter like what concealer I use, if I don't set it with powder, it's gonna crease. Like, I have wrinkles under my eyes, that's just how my eyes are, and it's gonna crease, so I have to set it. That's just what I would normally do, so that's what I'm gonna do when I'm testing out this concealer. Next, I'm gonna be trying the ColourPop brow color. I got the shade Redhead, which is supposed to be a reddish brown, and that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like it'll actually match my hair really good. Okay guys, I was just cleaning my Anastasia eyebrow brush when this I'm just gonna glue it back together, honestly. I don't know how much to use, So I'm going to start off with like a tiny bit. So that just like applied a lot, and I barely dipped in there. So I'm just going to take the inside of the lid and wipe my brush off a little bit so we don't fuck it up. I'm channeling this girl that I follow on Instagram named Spooky Little Peach. I'm channeling her for eyebrows today. I really love the color. This is like a perfect match for my hair. Perfect. I freaking love this. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes, and for that I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette from Living Dead Beauty. They're a small little brand on Instagram, and they sent me over some stuff. I like the packaging. I wish the name would be like bigger, and I also wish the palette had like an actual name. I guess this number right here might be the name of the palette. I'm not sure. Also, the palette doesn't have color names, but look how gorgeous. The first shade I'm going to use is this matte white shade. I'm just going to pretty much apply that everywhere. Next, I'm going to go in with this cool tone brown shade. This shade had quite a bit of kickback when I dipped into the pan, but that doesn't really mean that it's going to be bad quality, as we know. Anastasia. This is doing way better than I expected. I'm honest, I have low expectations for this palette. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. Next, I'm gonna go in with this darker, cooler brown shade. I don't know if it's the eyeshadows or that concealer, but my eyelids kind of look really dry. Do I look dry to you guys? But anyway, I'm putting this shade on my outer corner and into the crease. To make this look a little bit warmer, I'm going to go in with this warm reddish brown shade. I'm just blending this shade pretty much the same way as the last one, outer corner and into the crease. So now I'm taking a little bit of the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. If you just do this and then look up, it'll create a little line. It'll create like a little guideline, pretty much. This is not my favorite brush for doing this, but my favorite brush for doing this is dirty as hell. On this tiny little blending brush, I'm going to take this really red shade and I'm going to blend over just the edges right here. And also on the inner corner. And then for the center of the lid, I'm going to take this super bright blue shade. And just to see if I can get the most pigment out of it, I'm using my finger first. I'm hating this. So what I'm doing now is like I literally just hated how that looked and what I created. So I'm just going to try to cover it back up with that concealer. So since that last attempt at using colors was a fail, I'm just gonna pat over that concealer with this creamy off-white shade. Next, I'm going to take a mixture of the black and this brown that we used earlier. And I'm just going to lightly put this on my outer corner and use it to blend over the edges. Then back in with that fluffier blending brush and I'm blending over the edges. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this purple, but I'm probably going to mix in a little bit of the brown and the black. So these 3 shades. Now I'm just popping on this lash. This is Dodo Lashes in the style D309. Use code WitchBitch for money off. 2 eyes in witch and 2 eyes in bitch. Here are the eyes done. Now I'm gonna zoom you back out and finish up the face and all that. Now to choose my lip color, I have these 4 to choose from. I think I'm gonna take this more dark purpley shade, and this is number 9. Here we go. I hope this is good because I really want to like stuff. I really want to like this stuff. I'm gonna let this completely dry down a second and see if it needs a second coat. It looks like it might be a little bit patchy. So I added a thin little second coat on to the lipstick, and I went to use my finger to pat it down to help it dry faster, which I do with almost all of my liquid lipsticks, and it made it super patchy. So right here where I did that, it looks a little bit patchy. I put a little bit more product on to try to fix that, but this is a little bit patchy. So I guess I'll talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. I love the No Filter Concealer by ColourPop. I just wish they either had a white one to like mix in, or if it just didn't oxidize like immediately. But I do like it regardless of all that stuff. Definitely a dupe for Shape Tape. I'm definitely going to keep using it. And I freaking love the brow color. On this eyebrow, where I put my hair down before it had a chance to completely dry down, there's a little bit on the edge that's taken off, but that's kind of my fault. I also could have been going like this, which is very possible, and rubbed it off, which actually might be the case. Love this, love the color, love it. As for this eyeshadow palette by Living Dead Beauty, it's okay. It definitely is not my favorite eyeshadow palette. The colors are beautiful. It's just they're not creamy. They're very dry and chalky. The colors are blendable, I will say that. They're just not creamy and overly pigmented. As for the lippy, it feels really lightweight and not really drying at all. So far I'm definitely liking the liquid lipsticks way more than the eyeshadow palette. Overall, I like the lippies from Living Dead Beauty, and I also love the No Filter Concealer and the eyebrow stuff from ColourPop. And lastly, the eyeshadow palette from Living Dead Beauty is alright. It's okay. I'm not going to 100% recommend it, and I'm not going to 100% bash it because I did get a pretty cool look out of it. It's just not the eyeshadow formula that I would prefer. So that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.